Now I'm warm. Optical character recognition. Basically, where we can have something on hard copy and we want it to be digitally accessible. We do this with scanners. I am amazed at how many times I've seen clients typing crap in where they had a manual or a sheet of form or something like that, and they lost the original file, Word file, spreadsheet, something like that. And I've walked up by them, and I was working on something, I was called out on something else, and it came up and they were just typing something in, turning page after page, just typing all this crap. I'm going, what are you doing? Well, we lost the file, or she quit and she deleted it, and we haven't seen this in a while, but we got the book right here, so I'm just recreating it. Don't do that! Okay? That's what scanners are for. Just recently, some poor soul, hard-working girl was typing in a manual, employee manual or something like that. Explained to her, no, you're not going to do that. Your time was way too important, too expensive to be typing stuff in. So what we did is we took the hard copy, went to a good scanner that they already owned, used software that they already paid for, scanned that in. Instead of scanning it to an image, instead of scanning it to a picture, a JPEG file, we just enabled the existing OCR, optical character recognition option. That way, she was able to bring it right into a Word document, and that saved her literally hours of retyping all that stuff in. Now, that could have come in really handy back when they passed the stimulus bill, our glorious Congress and their left-wing Marxist leader. You know, the sheep have selected their shepherd, passing that $826 billion stimulus plan that nobody read. You know, it's 1,100 pages long. They pushed it through, they ran it through within days. They put it on the senators and the House of Representatives' desks in hard copy format. Now, if you want to look for something, or if you want to see what's what, you're going to search things, right? You're going to do Control F, fine. I want to look for this earmark. But, oh, that's right, there's no earmarks. That's what Barack Obama said, but it turned out that there were 9,000 of those, but they didn't want them to find it. Therefore, they, of course, all this was originally typed in. They just could have emailed out the protected Word file. Nah, they didn't do that. They sent it out in an image PDF, not in a Word searchable PDF, a PDF of images, basically pictures of the scanned in images. Therefore, they couldn't do a search. And everybody was fussing about that. It was not even a searchable format. We can't find out where all this. We're going to have to look through hard copies. And they had people in a round table with, 1,100 pages. You know, that's about that thick. Can you imagine trying to cross-reference and see where stuff is and add and subtract and look for totals and keywords? It ain't happening. Now, if there were some free enterprise capitalist, hard-working outside the Beltway guys, we could have fixed that in a few hours. Number one, we would have, if we just had the hard copy, find a scanner. There's plenty of them out there from Toshiba, and especially the larger ones from Ricoh, Sharp. Divide that up in about 4 different sections, get about 4 different people to scan that in and OCR it, scan it in. I bet within 2-3 hours we could have had a searchable PDF or even a Word file from those scanned in docs. It is doable. So, optical character recognition, and this can be done even on small stuff. You know, they got these little Canon scanners, little lift top. You can do one at a time like that, and they work great. For especially if you have an old poem that you wrote or an old report and you want this digitally saved in where you can modify it later. The vast majority of all these scanners, even the little $100 scanners, little $60 scanners you buy from Walmart, or I was going to say Best Buy. Well, that's right, Best Buy's still here. It's Circuit City that's gone now. So Best Buy still got them. They'll have the OCR built into it. Use that. Very handy. The other thing that you can use with scanners in general is when you're doing stuff with financing or your QuickBooks. I do all my Dean's Consulting business accounting on QuickBooks, which rocks. I'll do a separate video on that just by itself. I can't tell you how much money it saved me, how it's kept me out of trouble with the IRS, make sure I pay the right taxes. You got to pay the piper. Don't ever try to short them. They're like mess with the mob. So QuickBooks rocks. To verify that you have all your stuff, well, you got to keep all those receipts, and a lot of the paper receipts are good. Don't try to just accumulate all those receipts in your email. Just think, they're in my email. You know, from PayPal, from Amazon, from all the online vendors that you buy stuff. If you get an email receipt, print that puppy out and have a hard copy there in your binder with all your receipts of the stuff that you bought for your company, or even just for your expense report. You know, when you turn in an expense report for your company, they're gonna want to have receipts. Print out the hard copies. Now, if you're getting stuff in, save an electronic copy also. You know, especially if you get utility bills for your office or any type of mailable bill that you pay. You know, you write a check for. I got a client who manages some commercial property, and man, after about a month, he's got a stack this high that he has to scan in and save that image of the paper bill to QuickBooks. That way, he's got his hard copy file, and for quick reference, he can go through and see what bills have been paid or what's due in his accounts payable. And not only see it, you know, physically as he's going through it, but then he can click on it and see the image of that scanned in bill. And that is just crucial to have when you're moving money around and you're getting in a lot of checks from either your tenants or your clients, and you got to track all those expenses good. Scan that stuff in. Use those scanners. Again, they're cheap. I got another client where it works in the oil field stuff, and they have, I mean, there's like 3 or 4 girls in this one office, and all they do is track what the company spends. They're out here in the country. They get out a good setting, real nice place, and they're constantly scanning. Fujitsu makes an awesome quick scanner. I mean, it just sucks it down, and then all of a sudden that image is right there on the screen. Again, it also has an OCR feature, so you're creating a PDF, a word searchable, keyword searchable PDF file of that paper image. Very good to have. Make sure you utilize that. You know, back when we first started doing scans of hard copies, we would save it just to a JPEG file. The new standard now is PDF, to where you can read it through Acrobat, and again, you have that option of a PDF as an image or a PDF as a searchable word, to where you can look at the text within there. In fact, I had another interesting issue just a while back, to where my discovery of a court case had 600-700 pages, and they had to review that real fast. Well, guess how they got it? They got it in a PDF that wasn't searchable, just like the stimulus bill. Now, we didn't have the hard copies to be able to, you know, rescan it in the proper format, and my client had to look through it that night. 600 pages. I mean, geez, you know, a ream of paper is 250 sheets. That's almost 2.5 reams of paper. It was this thick. How are you going to reference? How are you going to search? Same thing. You got to be able to look. You got a lot of information. You got to be able to look through that stuff. So there's tons of little programs out there. Just Google PDF to Doc or PDF to XLS. There's I found a $29 program that I was able to pump in this PDF stuff on that on me. And I wanted to take that away. Read in the PDF files and produced a doc file. It was wonderful. I think it was like 30 bucks max. Worked like a champ. I had to do it in groups of 50 pages at a time, but in the end I was able to reconcatenate it together and it worked out well. All that stuff is out there. Just got to use it. Scan it in right, make sure it's word searchable. Make sure that you can actually be able to find this stuff that you're scanning in. Well, burning down good. Got one more off that way I got to go check on. So this is the Country Computer Consultant signing out. Have a good one.